This Model United Nations Conference to a close. It is with great pleasure that I stand before you to express my gratitude and admiration for the remarkable achievements and impassioned discussion that have characterized this event. Throughout the past few days, we have witnessed the profound dedication and outstanding collaborative spirit of our delegates. We have seen diplomacy, negotiation, and compromise in action, all in the noble aim of peaceful resolution to complex global issues. Let us take a moment to appreciate the invaluable contribution of all participants whose commitment and intellectual rigor have truly exemplified the ideals of the United Nations. Each delegate has embraced the responsibility of representing their assigned countries with grace, eloquence, and insight, contributing to the enriching debate and fostering a deeper understanding of international affairs. The first agenda on our last day of Model United Nations 2024 is the closing remark from the incredible Mr. Muhammad Wahidul Akbar, the Internal Committee of Model United Nations and member of the Public Affairs of the Indonesian Student Association. To Mr. Muhammad Wahidul Akbar, the room is yours.
Thank you for Mr. Humaira. Okay, hello everyone. Greeting for 24 hours. Meeting greetings, honorable to symposium speaker today, honorable to all of commit, delightful greetings, dear honorable delegates. Ladies and gentlemen, this event we have undertaken together would not have been successful without the support and hard work of many parties. Therefore, allow me to extend my gratitude to several people. Firstly, to the coordinator who has provided extraordinary support. Without your support and coordinations, this event could not have run successful. So I would also like to thank the head of public relations for his guidance. Your advice and direction have helped us overcome various challenges and ensured that every aspect of this event run smoothly. So I would also like to sincerely that the entire commit your cooperation is through example of solid teamwork and high commitment. You have all worked hard and the result is a successful and memorable event. Ladies and gentlemen, and of course, thank you to the delegates who have shown remarkable enthusiasm enthusiasm and spirit. Your active participation and dedication are key factors in the success of this event. You have brought positive energy that made this conference lively and meaningful. What we have carried out and presented in this first PPID MUN yield the result we hope for, especially for those who have participated in this conference. May this experience make you people of great character, broad-minded, and intellectual. In this way, you will have the power to become valuable assets to the nations in the eyes of world. We hope that this PPID MUN can continue to be held in every period, of course, with events that are always developing and improving, with continuous innovating and improvement. We can ensure that each subsequent event becomes more memorable and beneficial for all participants. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks you once again. I'm very proud to be among great people who are the nation's assets. This experience is proof that with hard work, spirit, and collaboration, we can achieve extraordinary things because of you all. See you next time with the best version of yourself. Keep innovations, creating, and contributing to the nation's progress. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much for your outstanding speech, Mr. Muhammad Wahid Al-Akbar. Thank you. Good luck and have a nice day. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna enter the session of International Symposium. It is my pleasure to introduce our esteemed speaker today, Miss Judith Sarah Veronica. Now, I will read the summary of her incredible CV. Miss Judith Sarah Veronica is a civil servant at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia. She has graduated with 3.5 years from University of Indonesia, majoring in public administration, and has received the honors of the highest GPA, scholarship awardee, and finalist of the most outstanding student. She has interests about public policy, government relations, governmental finance, and human resource management. She fulfilled the responsibility as the head of legal department of the student legislative body and get involved into several volunteer abroad programs. She has also experience working in private company and government office. Wow, very incredible. Next is the delivery and presentation to the material from our outstanding speaker, Miss Judith Sarah Veronica, to explain everything. So please, to Miss Judith Sarah Veronica, the room is yours.
Hi, thank you, Humaira, as an MC for today. Can you guys hear me clearly? Can you guys hear me clearly? Do I sound clearly? Okay. Okay. Hi. Good evening, delegate. It is a huge privilege for me to be here with you all today. The delegation of PPID Model United Nations. Okay. Let me introduce myself. My name is Judith Veronica. As Humaira already mentioned, I graduate from University of Indonesia, majoring in public administration. I have several experience and awards in Model United Nations through all the years of my undergraduate degree. I used to be a committee of Model United Nations Veteran Conference and a delegate of Ecuador for UNHRC, Council in Asian Youth General Forum, Model United Nations. Right now, I could say that I put my blood and tears into public services, just like what MUN is supposed to do, is to give back to society, right? And that's what I always wanted, making an impact to the society. So right now, I joined the government. I used to work for the Ministry of Home Affairs for 2 years, and now I am a civil servant in Ministry of Foreign Affairs. But I need to put an underline here. I am not here as a representative of Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I am here as someone who had experience and passionate about MUN. Okay, next page. Okay, I would like to talk about MUN in overall before we jump into the main topic. I think we need to make a little summary and a little bit reminder of what is MUN and what MUN is supposed to be, especially for the society. Beyond its role as a simulation exercise, MUN serves as a catalyst for positive change and fostering global citizenship, awareness, and empowering among individuals who partake in its enlightening journey. I think this is important to be highlighted. So us delegates didn't attend MUN and just go home without anything besides the certificate maybe. MUN has a huge impact on social development. First, it's promoting global awareness and understanding. MUN exposes participants to global issues, diverse culture, and international perspectives, right? By researching and debating complex topics like climate change, human rights, global security, and maybe in this topic of WTO, right? Yeah, and the topic of this MUN. Delegates can develop a deeper understanding of a global interdependencies and challenges, which I hope you all already did it for the past 2 days here. I heard that you guys already did the MUN 28th June, right? So I hope you guys already did it in a great way. And second, fostering critical thinking and research skills. Engaging in MUN requires thorough research, critical analysis of information, and strategic thinking. Delegates learn to articulate their arguments persuasively, negotiate effectively, and collaborate with peers to reach consensus. Skills essential for informed citizenship and leadership. I think this one is already covered in unmoderated caucus or in drafting resolution that you guys already did in MUN. Third is encouraging civic engagement. Through MUN, students cultivate a sense of civic responsibility and activism by advocating for policies that promote social justice, sustainable development, and human rights, and they'll learn the importance of active citizenship and make a positive impact on their communities. This is what I wanted to highlight, delegates. You all already discussing the topic with other delegates, and I think you guys already have some images or idea on how to elaborate the topic and how to make an impact. My suggestion, write a paper about it. It would benefit you as a student. You can make a journal and you can submit it. Hopefully it would benefit the readers and maybe influence the policymakers, because us in government, sometimes we do read your journal, or maybe if you submit it online, we can read it, or maybe you can put it in social media, and sometimes when it goes viral, yeah, it would benefit the policymakers to make the policy itself. And fourth, building confidence and public speaking skills. MUN provides a platform for delegates to hone their public speaking abilities and overcome stage fright. Expressing viewpoints in front of peers, defending positions during debates, and engaging in diplomatic discourse enhance self-confidence and communication skills. Okay, again, I think this one is very important, especially when you enter the real world. Without public speaking skills, you will facing a lot of trouble. Maybe you were smart in class, or maybe you were great at writing exams, but if you cannot communicate your thoughts or delivering it in the right way, that would be. So I hope you guys already learned it, how to make good public speaking skills in this MUN. And then in the real world application and future leaders, people usually say that MUN is preparing future leaders and diplomats. Many MUN alumni pursue careers in diplomacy, international relations, law, academia, and public services. The experience gained through MUN equips them with the skills and knowledge to navigate complex global challenges and contribute meaningful to society. And second is creating networks and collaborative opportunities. MUN, of course, is a conference bringing together students from diverse backgrounds and culture. It's fostering friendship and professional networks that transcend borders. This connection promotes international cooperation, cultural exchange, and collaborative support towards common goals. So I probably need to highlight this because a lot of people say that in order, if you want to be a diplomat, you have to at least go to one MUN, or if you are an MUN student, that means that you are probably going to be a diplomat. No, it's not. It's not like that. So yeah, I'm now working in a Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and I'm working with a lot of diplomats. And most of the diplomats, a lot of them already do MUN as in their undergraduate degree, but not every one of them. So it's not like a huge impact like if you do MUN, you have to be diplomat. No, and like if you do if you want to be a diplomat, you have to do MUN. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. Especially in Indonesia, if you want to be a diplomat, you have to be CPNS. You have to be CPNS, and it's not like like everyday MUN plus not. Okay. Moving on to the next page, please. Okay, what is World Trade Organization? Maybe I wanted to highlight in the beginning, first, especially in economics, but I will try to understand and to deliver it to you guys. Wait a second. Overviewing about what is WTO. As we all know, and maybe you guys already know, that WTO is established in 1995. Is an international organization that regulates and facilitates international trade between nations. It operates as a forum for member countries to negotiate trade agreements, resolve disputes, and set global trade rules. And the function is negotiate, dispute settlement, and monitoring transparency. Even though maybe it has a huge debate on this, but it's okay. The first of all is negotiation. One of the primary functions of the WTO itself is to negotiate trade agreements among its member countries. This agreement covers a wide range of issues such as tariff, non-tariff barriers, and trade services. And then second is trade settlement. Another crucial role of the WTO is to provide a platform for resolving trade disputes between member countries. This mechanism ensures that trade agreements are settled through a structured and impartial process. And third is monitoring and transparency. The WTO monitors the trade policies of member countries to ensure transparency and adherence to agreed upon rules. This promotes fair competitiveness and help prevent protectionism. And the principle of the WTO, you maybe already know, is the non-discrimination, and it's not actually only for the WTO. It's actually apply for every UN council. The non-discrimination. Member country must treat all other member countries equally without discrimination. And then second is a concession made in trade negotiation should be mutual and reciprocal among member countries. It's not allowed like maybe only benefit one country and it's not for the other country. No, it's not. It's not like that. It has to be mutual. It has to be reciprocal among member countries. And then transparency. Members are required to disclose their trade policies and practice to the WTO. And fourth, promoting fair competition. The WTO aims to create an environment where countries can compete fairly and benefit from trade. Okay, next page, please. Okay, challenges in the WTO. I'd like to address some of the challenges that the World Trade Organization faces in today's global economic landscape. As we navigate complex trade dynamics, understanding these challenges is crucial for shaping the future of international trade relations. The first thing is multilateral negotiation and deadlock. One of the primary challenges in WTO encounters is the difficulty in reaching consensus, because we already know that there is 164 member countries. Multilateral negotiation is often face deadlock due to divergent interests. It's not easy, especially between developed and developing nations. This gridlock can hinder progress in updating trade rules and addressing emerging issues. And second is adapting to new trade realities. The WTO was established in 1955, and since then, global trade dynamics have evolved significantly. Issues such as digital trade, and maybe we already know the e-commerce, intellectual property rights, and environmental standards present new challenges that the WTO must address. Adapting with WTO rules accommodate these realities while ensuring fairness and inclusivity for all members remain a formidable task. The third is implementation and compliance issues. While WTO agreement sets our clear rules for international trade, ensuring effective implementation and compliance by member countries can be challenging. Some nations may struggle to align their domestic policies with WTO obligations, leading to dispute and accusation of non-compliance. I need to you guys to remember that part, because I will connect it with the real case later. And fourth is growing protection and bilateral agreement. In recent years, there has been a rise in protection measure and bilateral trade agreement within the WTO framework. This agreement can create provincial trade blocks and undermine the principle of non-discrimination and multilateral that the WTO promotes. Managing this tension and fostering cooperation under a unified global trade system is increasingly complex. And the fourth is public perception and legitimacy. The WTO faces various stakeholders, including civil society and organization and policymakers. Regarding its transparency, accountability, and responsiveness to global economic challenges, responding public trust and demonstrating the WTO relevance in addressing contemporary trade issues are an ongoing challenge. As my conclusion, yes, WTO face a lot of hard time in doing their job, but this is actually very common in international relations in any aspect. If I can give you guys an example, for the past years, I've been working in about territorial peace, and the challenges is quite similar. First thing that we always need to prepare is what is happening with inside our partner countries. This will not be easy when they have their own national interest. Maybe they have a presidential election coming up, or any kind of agreement between countries would be difficult to reach a mutual agreement if this is happening. Maybe we can have, if we make an example, in Indonesia, fun fact, right now, we are in a transition from the presidential era from Joko Widodo to Prabowo. The fact is, we as a civil servant or policymaker is suggested to not make a huge movement, or in other words, to take it slow. For example, if you have an ongoing MOU or program or treaties, we are suggested to not make a big move, because we never know whether it will be in favor with the new president or not. This is the case that maybe we all should be talking about in the next part. And then in another case, we all know that building and understanding is not a one-day job. In MUN like this, maybe agreement can be made within 2 or 3 days, right? And maybe in your case, probably 2 days, 2 or 3 days, yeah. But in reality, it might took 30 years, up to 30 years, and this is happening in Indonesia. Like the longest treaties that happening in Indonesia that reached the agreement is they did like at least years, and it's still ongoing. It's between Indonesia. I think it's between Indonesia and Philippines. Yeah, it's already in 30 years, and it's not. We don't know if it's gonna reach an agreement or not. Okay, so moving on into the next part, please. Next page. Okay, I want you to discuss what do you have to do after this. As a speaker, as an ex-MUN, and as a civil servant, I encourage you all delegates to write. Just like I already mentioned before, you must already have an image or an idea of what should the government do in this issue. I suggest to write it down. Make it as a journal, maybe. It would definitely help you in your study. If I'm not mistaken, most of the delegates here are an undergraduate student, am I right? By writing a journal, especially with this complex issue, it will benefit you and your future self when you're applying to master degree and I said before, it might be impact the policymaker when they're making the policy itself. I think that's all from me, and maybe I don't know. MC, can we have a discussion with the delegates?
Yeah. Thank you so much for your amazing presentation, Miss Judith Veronica. Such, incredible. Now we're going to move on to question and answer session, which is divided into two sessions. One session consisting of three questioners, and after the questioners we finish, I'll give it back to our speakers to answer. Okay? Anyone want to ask a question? Please raise your hand or just type in the chat.
Maybe I wanted to ask you for the delegates here, who wants to be a diplomat? That's a question. Maybe for those who want to be a diplomat can raise their hand. Oh, there's Hafiz Riara and then Fajar Sidik. That's all? Only two? Only two of you guys want to be a diplomat? Okay, maybe I wanted to give a little bit insight about, there's another one. Oh, it comes. Okay, maybe I wanted to give a little bit insight about how to be a diplomat. Well, I'm not a diplomat myself, but I am working in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and well, at least I can give a little bit insight. Well, like I said before, people who attend MUN usually they wanted to do diplomats as their job in the future, and maybe for starters, well, I suggest that all of you is Indonesian, right? Gak ada yang keluarga negaraan lain kan ya? If you want to be a diplomat from Indonesia, first is being a citizen of Indonesia, and then second, you guys can apply CPNS as a diplomat in Ministry of Foreign Affairs. It's not easy because everyone who apply for a diplomat is really, what can I say? They're beyond smart. They are beyond smart. My senior, my senior who is really close to me, she is graduating from Harvard. Like you guys can imagine, like, oh my God, our diplomats graduating from Harvard, like they are beyond smart. They have like their master degree. Most of them is from the Ivy League, from Yale, Columbia, Stanford. Stanford is it Ivy League or not? I don't know. Yeah, most of them from Ivy League. Well, as someone who hasn't got their master's degree and I only graduate from Indonesia, yeah, I a little bit insecure when the first time I entered the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, like, and I got everyone from abroad, everyone is from Harvard, and it's I don't know how to compete with them. Really, yeah. I think that's a little bit insight. If you guys wanted to be a diplomat, like, give yourself something to be proud of. Maybe that's what I can say about being a diplomat. And maybe anything else?
Is there anyone want to ask?
Hello, Fajar.
Hello.
Fajar is
Okay, beforehand, I would like to say thank you very much for the great presentation, and yeah, thanks to Kak Yudit. So I have a question regarding the WTO. So yeah, in general, WTO itself serve as, yeah, have a focus to economic and trade issue, but is it possible to WTO to like, okay,
to intervention certain countries to who have imposed the sanction to the inflicted countries. So that's my question. Maybe I would like to asking about that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fajar, for your question. Now, please, Miss Judith, to answer his question. Interesting question.
Okay, answer this question from Fajar. Fajar, you are a delegate from Russia? Yeah, okay. The question is, can WTO interfere within the way that their regulation? I can answer in just UN. As long as UN actually can give a sanction to, but if we see in a bigger picture, like not in the politics, maybe we'll know that already maybe sanctions to Israel, and other make make it and try to like how can they stop Israel this, and we all can see that they feel so much, yeah, and it's to really it's like you and it can be tied to the two. But some case just like it's the wait a minute, the member countries treat all other members equally without discrimination. That's first, and then the second, it should be mutual. It should be mutual among member countries. It's actually every country already agree to that, and not much not much happening in the past years about that. Yeah, maybe that's what I can say about it. Maybe not so bright about the UN itself, but that's actually what happened. Okay. Oh yeah, I am open to everyone who wants to who wants to answer, want to help me to answer them. If it's loud, let's see.
Oh, that's very good answer. I love it. The explanation was so specific and detailed. Thank you, Miss Veronica. Okay, is there another who want to ask question about this topic?
I see Hairunisa. Hairunisa, okay. Please, Hairunisa.
Can
Hello.
I answer? Sorry,
Yes,
can
we
you
can
hear
hear
me
you
clearly?
clearly. Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Yep. Hello? Hello? Is my voice
Hi.
clear here?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So here, I want to ask, but I think my question will be a little bit sensitive. So I read a news last night. It was about a bankruptcy at textile industry in Indonesia. So they say that the bankruptcy was sourced from the policy that was created by Trade Ministry, and the policy was talked about export and import in Indonesia. Okay, and I didn't know what was the detail because I didn't read it about the policy. But my question is, what did happen in export and import in Indonesia before until the ministry created this policy, and why did the minister create a policy that would harm the citizen in the end? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Hairunisa, for the question. It's about I wanted to make I want to see it from a bigger highlight. Yeah, it's about a policy that the Ministry of Trade makes, and it's actually impacting people from maybe in a lot of yeah in a lot of people in Indonesia, and it's impacting in a hard way or in a negative way, right? Um, Sadly, maybe I can give you a answer from the point of view from someone who already worked for two ministry and I already worked for the Eslon 2. Maybe you guys know in the minister in Indonesia there's like so many years. The top management is the minister, and then usually there's Eslon 1, the Dirjen, Direktur Jenderal, and then the Eslon 2 is probably the Sekretaris Dirjen or maybe Kepala Biro. You guys already know that, right? Now, sadly, when some policy make a huge loss for the society, if you ask why they make that kind of policy, first that we can think about is actually politics. Yeah, maybe I don't like blame one point or one side or two sides, because I'm a civil servant. I have to be clear and not to take sides. And yes, I'm not taking any sides. But in any kind of policy, it's actually really relatable to politics. When several politicians say that we need to do A and we need to do B, and maybe the president himself will say that we need to do A and B, maybe actually the ministry itself, like, they know that it can cause a lot of turbulence or maybe a lot of disturbance in many areas. But because what can we call it? Yeah, like when the God says A, we have to do A. It's not God, but yeah, when the people from the top management says A, usually in public services in Indonesia, they cannot say otherwise. That's what happened in Indonesia. Because of that, if you want to know about the details, maybe we can have people from the Ministry of State, yeah, because it's very specific if you want to talk about it. But for the POV of a person who already worked for the two ministers, I can give you a guarantee that's what's happening, because it's politics and it's because of the someone interest in the top management. Because why else they make policies that would harm a lot of people. I think that's what I can give you as an answer, Hairunisa.
Okay, thank you so much,
Thank
Miss
you.
Yudi.
Thank you so much
And
for
the
your
last
answer.
question. Okay, and the last question is from Felix Kenrick. He asked, "Greetings, Kak. Thank you for the insightful exposure of valuable knowledge. As Indonesian who have bebas active politics, what can we do as a younger generation responding current geopolitical tension? Thank you so much.
Okay, let me read it clearly. As an Indonesian, we have to have the best active politics. What can we do as a younger generation responding current geopolitical tension? Thank you so much. Okay, I think this is a very great question because it's coming from you guys who most of you are an undergraduate student, yeah. I saw a lot of people, a lot of undergraduate students, well, they use their bebasan aktif politics. I think you all have a power to not make an assumption. Yeah, you first of all, do not make assumptions about who is bad and who is right. Do not make assumptions. Maybe you can first of all that you can do is research because you all are students, right? First is research and do not take sides. And maybe that I can give you a suggestion. As someone who already worked is maybe you can speak loudly of what you think, but don't make it too obvious of who you support. I don't know if it's debatable or not because a lot of people, like a lot of when we want to make Japan as test, like as a PNS, they don't just do like test us in a writing test, yeah, or they don't just do wawancara. No, they don't do that. They also check our social media. They check our what we are what we do and what we talk about in social media, and yeah, they usually Google us. And if there's something like you criticize the politics in a hard way, like maybe you know like in a hard way, like you use ya berbicara yang tidak baik atau berbicara kotor, maybe it is a big no. It is a big no, not just for public services, yeah, maybe for people who want to go to corporate, if you want to work for the corporate. Most of us, most of people now they look for what we say in social media, but in other case like we as an Indonesian who has bebasan aktif, you guys as a student make it to the fullest, make it to the fullest, and do not waste it because it's the only time that you guys maybe it's because it's the only time you guys can make an expression to the people who maybe need to hear about what you thought and what you think about the politics itself. Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah, maybe I think I hope it's clear enough of what I already answered.
Okay, maybe someone ask one more question, Miss Judith.
Anyway, Feroz Zafar from South Korea, delegate of South Korea.
Okay, so Feroza asks, nice to meet you, Kayudit Veronica. A little question for, is it difficult to become a diplomat? And what are the things that we have to learn from the time of the lecture and what we need to prepare to join, such as working in the embassy? Thank you in advance, Kak.
Okay, thank you so much, Feroz Zafar. Is it difficult to be a diplomat or not? I think it depends. It depends on how you take the test. Because being a diplomat is about taking the test, right? It's about Japanese. And Japanese, and if you know that Japanese in other institution is the same. Like if you want to join the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or Home Affairs or maybe Ministry of Trade or any kind of ministry or maybe even PEMDA, it's actually the same. Like there are 3 steps of taking a test, and it is also a 3 step of becoming a diplomat. First of all, you take it's called SKD, which is about nationality, about maybe you know it in elementary school as PKN. Yeah, we all know it now, yeah. And then after you pass the first test, you will continue to take the second test. It is SKB. In this SKB, you will be test about usually about what is international relation and what is the Indonesian position. Usually the question itself is what the position that you will take as a diplomat, because a diplomat is not everyone, not every diplomat is is everyone who talks in the UN. Most of them is what we call it like a lawyer, like the lawyer for the Indonesian diplomat. Yeah, most of them do the research, most of them do the um researching about MOU, treaties, and etc. That's what you need to learn. Maybe first of all that you need to make research about what is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and what is their Directorate Jenderal, because most of them is they're doing a really different job, and you have to understand that as a diplomat. And then the second question is from the chat collector, so that we have to prepare to join church as working in the embassy. Oh, no. Working in the embassy is it has nothing to do with being a diplomat. If you maybe like you take a part time as take a part time in the embassy, well, it would maybe give you an insight, or maybe give you give you just a little bit insight about being a diplomat, because you will be working with a diplomat in embassy. But it will not like, oh, you already you've been working in the embassy, okay, you can be a diplomat. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. You still need to do a test. The test is PPMS, and it will be the same as everyone, either you already work in the embassy or not. So it doesn't really impact much for working in the embassy. Okay, maybe that's what I can answer. Rebecca Mahira?
Okay. Now here we come to the end of our international symposium. Thank you so much once more for our speaker for sharing this very worthy material, explanation time, and also experience to us. And now there will be the giving of the certificate and documentation session from the Committee of Model United Nations to Miss Judith Sarah Veronica as memory. Please everyone to open your camera for the documentation. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Second slide. And third slide. And fourth slide. Okay, done. Okay, thank you so much again and again for your time, Miss Sarah Veronica. We hope your experience to giving us the material became a memorable experience in your life. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we gather here today. The most importantly is to recognize and honor the outstanding efforts and remarkable achievement of our distinguished delegates. This Model United Nations Conference has been a forum for impassioned debate, insightful diplomacy, and inspiring collaboration. And it is now time to acknowledge the exemplary dedication and expertise demonstrated by our participants. We begin with the most outstanding delegate award, which is present to the delegate who has consistently demonstrated exceptional leadership, strategic thinking, and eloquence throughout the conference. This esteemed honor recognizes the delegates' invaluable contributions and unwavering commitment to seeking innovative and effective solutions during the session. So please, then congratulations to the delegate of Japan, Zaki Raihan Annafi, as the best, most outstanding delegate of the Model United Nations 2024. One, we're going to take documentation. Okay, congratulations to Japan, right? Congratulations, Zaki. Moving on, we're going to mention the Honorable Mention Award. We recognize the delegate who has captivated the audience with persuasive argument, articulate delivery, and compelling presence during the debates. This award celebrates the delegate's outstanding oratory skills and ability to effectively convey their views while contributing to the constructive dialogue within the committees. So, the Honorable Mention Award goes to Hafiz Rabbani, the delegate of Brazil. Congratulations to Hafiz. Okay, congratulations to the Brazil delegate. Now, we present the Best Position Paper Award, which acknowledges the delegate who has displayed exceptional research, writing, and analysis in their preparation leading up to this conference. The Best Position Paper Award tribute the delegates' comprehensive understanding to their topic of their assigned country's policy and their ability to articulate that into outstanding perspective and the critical issues under consideration. So, the Best Position Paper Award goes to Muhammad Fajar Siddiq, the delegate of Russia. Congratulations, Fajar. Let's take a documentation. Again, congratulations. Okay, now for the next, we have also the Verbal Commendation Award, which acknowledges the delegates who has exhibit exemplary diplomatic process, mediation skill, and cooperative engagement in this fostering consensus building and conflict resolution. This award pays tribute to the delegates' adeptness in navigating the complexities of international relations and finding common ground amid diverse perspectives. So, the Verbal Commendation Award goes to, congratulations to Felix Kenrick, the delegate of Vietnam. Congratulations, Felix, for this Verbal Commendation Award. Congratulations. Let's take the commendations. As we honor these illustrious delegates, we extend our sincere congratulations and appreciation for their exceptional contribution of this Model United Nations Conference. All delegates' dedication and also the committee's intellect and diplomacy have undoubtedly enriched our collective experience, and we eagerly anticipate to witness all of us, all of yours, their continued impact on the world stage. Again, congratulations to all deserving delegates, and may their leadership and commitment serve as an inspiration for future delegates. Thank you so much. Now, as we prepare to depart from this gathering, let us carry with us the lesson learned, the connection made, and the inspiration gained. Let us remember that the spirit of collaboration and understanding that has permeated in this conference knows no boundaries and remains an indispensable tool in our collective journey towards a better and more harmonious world. I extend my heartfelt thanks to the Secretariat, the organizing committees, the participants, and all those who have dedicated their time and efforts to make this Model United Nations PPI World 2024 a resounding success. In the words of former United Nations Secretary General, Mr. Kofi Annan, quote, "To live is to choose, but to choose well, you must know who you are and what you stand for, where you want to go, and why you want to get there." End quote. So let us all aspire to choose well and work together towards a future of peace, cooperation, and progress to a better world. Thank you very much, everyone. And now let's take documentation. Please open your camera. Okay. Please, second slide. Slide. Fourth slide. Fifth slide. Okay. Thank you so much for all delegates and committees. See you next year in the Model United Nations of PPI World. Bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you, delegates.
Thank you, delegates. Thank you, committee, for this effort.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you guys again.
your heart, and I know that it is love and a place much brighter.